Hello, I'm Carina Nebula and welcome to Life Flow Legacy. Today in our video, we are going to be talking about something to build that financial future that you have always been dreaming of. So grab your coffee or your tea or a snack and get comfortable because we are going to dive right into it. What are the 3 essentials for building wealth? Well, I can assure you it's not just a fat paycheck. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll be able to have all the building blocks to build that beautiful financial future in a financial home that you are proud of, babe. Let's build it together. It's your legacy after all. In building your financial legacy, everyone thinks that what you need is just a ton of money, but that's not actually exactly true. You need more than just a fat paycheck, and what you need is to actually not lose all of your assets. In order to do that, what we do is look at wealth like a metaphor for building your dream home. When you're building a home, it would make sense to start with a solid foundation, right? So we're building our way up to be able to have a beautiful structure, just like this one, on that foundation which we built. Your foundation, it consists of 3 main things: your will and your trust, your emergency fund, and then that's when we can start thinking about things like life insurance. Whenever you have a solid foundation, then you can begin building your framework. That solid foundation, yes, includes your emergency fund, 6 months of all of your expenses tucked away to the side, in case something happens, in case you lose your job, in case there's a car accident, in case, God forbid, something happens to you medically, you have that money tucked away. A will and a trust is to be able to protect all of your assets in case something happens to you and unfortunately you do pass. We are all not immortal. We're immortal beings. We will eventually die. And it's up to you to sign a measly piece of paper that says you don't want everything you own to end up in probate court. Now, what about beyond your actual assets? What about the money that you maybe have saved? To be able to make sure that your family is a beneficiary of pretty much anything after you pass away, you need some kind of life insurance. Now, depending on what your individual circumstances are, a professional is going to recommend you for something specific based off of your own personal needs. This is not a specific recommendation. Whatever you actually need, though, is to just protect your income. And that is one of the main things that life insurance can do. It builds an estate and it protects your income. You also can be protected from disability. Whenever you are disabled, there are ways to protect you through life insurance so that you're not ending up completely at a loss and at a loss for what to do next. That's how you build your solid foundation. Once you have that solid foundation, that is whenever you can start to build the framework for your new beautiful home. Financially speaking, within the metaphor, that would mean starting to think about college education for your children, or maybe you want to further your education later in life. Also, retirement strategies, along with specified tax strategies. In fact, most people don't know, if you need to withdraw the money from your retirement account for qualified money, meaning your 401k with your employer or separately, or your IRA, if you take that money out before age 59 and a half, you're actually going to receive a penalty for that. There are ways to be able to build policies where you can have a retirement plan through insurance and through other ways of strategizing for your after work income. You're not producing your income, but you want to generate that income later on in life. And if that money is coming from a qualified plan, it is 100% taxable. Did you know that? Most people, unfortunately, do not. That is the importance of building a strong and solid framework. The roof of your beautiful new home is for asset allocation and specific investment strategies which are with non-qualified plans. So places to put your money or to allocate your assets in plans that are not necessarily that 401k, not necessarily that IRA. Now again, there's nothing inherently wrong with those types of plans. There's nothing inherently wrong with putting your money in that. What you want is to be able to have a diverse portfolio. And whenever you have the roof of your house, that's when you're looking at specificities of what works for you. You know, What's your risk aversion? What amount of money are you looking to invest in where? And what are you expecting? That's what you look at from the roof. Now, the chimney of your house, something that you really don't actually need in Florida, but for the metaphor's sake, let's keep it going. The chimney is going to be a retirement benefit analysis. So all of those questions we just asked, but in context to specifically your retirement and specifically cater toward you. Another big thing to take a look at is your long-term care. Unfortunately, most people don't plan ahead for this, but what ends up happening is that you're no longer, like I said before, producing your income. And if you don't plan to generate that income when you're no longer producing, what are you going to do whenever you're no longer able to work? These are things you need to plan ahead for, and it's important for the health of your house, for your financial future, to actually be thinking about these things. And thinking about them beyond just thinking though, planning, actually taking the action. That's a very big deal. Did you know that long-term care, meaning the facility that you might decide to live in whenever you are being taken care of for your medical reasons or just for the fact of you being in old age, can cost today over 6 figures? You might be needing to pay $100,000 out of pocket just to be able to live, just to make sure you're receiving the kind of care that you deserve. And if you are not investing properly, unfortunately, there are a lot of very big consequences. Let's make sure we don't neglect these things. If we're working together, you absolutely will not neglect these things. It's my responsibility to make sure it gets taken care of. Now that your beautiful financial house has been built, well, what do we need to do? Make sure that we have an estate plan. Because it would be a damn shame, wouldn't it, if we did all of that work and put all of that planning into place, and then the moment that you, I'm sorry, but die, it goes straight to the IRS? I don't freaking think so, okay? We need to be able to make sure that that is absolutely not going to happen. The way to do that is by putting a cute little for sale sign in the front yard of your gorgeous new home. All right, that's all for today, and congratulations for being one step closer to building that financial future, your beautiful financial home, the one you've always been dreaming of. If you liked what you heard today, feel free, please, to check the link below to book your free financial assessment with me, Carina Nebula. And remember, building a legacy is the most feminine thing you possibly could do.